everyone to the first LATAM EdTech Fair in the world. We are going to give the LATAM EdTech space a voice in the world, and this is our first cohort. So the one thing that I want to start with is I recognize the companies that are left behind. There is many innovators that are not going to be showcasing today, and my recognition of you, we had to make a selection of countries, areas of education, and entrepreneurs for this first cohort. So we have a subset of the ecosystem showcasing today. We're very, very happy. And I first want to thank the partners, the Inter-American Dialogue, Virtual Educa, Capital Invent, Tec de Monterrey, Emeritus, Aspen Institute, EdStart and the EdTech Week, Learn Launch, especially Future of Education from Brazil, and the top partners today, EDT partners who are helping us produce and distribute this content to the world. Latin America is facing an education crisis. More children and young adults are not attending schools, but in an alarming number of them are going to drop out and probably are going to be left behind. So basically, we are calling to action of global collaboration. We are calling to action on look at Latin America for innovation. We have severe inequity challenges, and we have a very diverse set of countries. I'm going to be providing numbers about each one of the countries represented today. We're going to start in alphabetical order with Argentina. But first, we have a great surprise and also want to introduce the partner from Holon IQ, the global education intelligence company with staff in Sydney, New York, Beijing, Hong Kong. They have research partners on every continent, and Holon IQ is going to help us leverage analytics capabilities and generate insights. For the first time, Holon is going to announce the top 100 LATAM map, and I'm very, very happy to be a partner with Patrick Brothers and the team from Holon IQ. This has been an amazing journey and effort over the years because Patrick and I had been probably the past 10 years working together around the world, bringing EdTech into the mainstream as it has today. So I want to introduce Patrick, give you the microphone, and welcome to the first LATAM Fair. And thank you. And I recognize that you have given us a lot of information. You have shown us data from all over the world. And I'm so, so happy to see that you are now coming into the region. So please take the stage, Patrick.
Thank you so much, Fernando. Very kind of you. It's an incredible privilege to be here. It's with mixed emotions, actually. Had it not been for COVID-19, I would have just returned home from 3 weeks across Latin America. We had summits and meetings to meet so many of you who are on this, from Colombia, from Mexico, from Argentina, from Brazil, from all across the continent. So of course, it's really exciting to kind of be here, and for everyone who's been brought together as part of this, Fernando, thank you so much. If we can throw up the presentation, perfect. So I'm going to spend 5 minutes really quickly. There's a massive lineup. So let me just really quickly share what we'll be sharing formally next week across the world. It's the LATAM EdTech 100, the 100 most promising startups from across Latin America. As Fernando talked about, it was a very, very difficult task to get down to 100, but these represent some of the most innovative teams transforming the way LATAM and the world learns. I'll move on. For those who aren't familiar with HolonIQ, HolonIQ is only a few years old, although we've been working, many of the teams and leaders, as Fernando worked about, have been working in education across the world. We felt there was just a massive gap of information and of insight to power really, really important decisions around education and humanity, and that's our mission. Let me really quickly touch on the methodology for the LATAM EdTech 100. We, across LATAM, have identified over 1,500 teams, organizations, startups, some very small, some actually quite large, across the continent working there. We had hundreds of direct applications, which we started around 2 months ago. And each of those teams were assessed on 5 dimensions: on the market, their specific market, whether that was a geographic market or a category as well. What was the quality of the market? How attractive is that market? Their product, the quality of the product, the uniqueness of the product. Was it bringing something to life? Was it generating impact in education? The team, what was the team's expertise like, their impact, and importantly as well, the diversity of the team. Finally, a second penultimate, capital. Capital didn't just mean raising money. It meant the team was going to be financially sustainable, whether that was either through generating revenue, through serving education, or through raising capital. And then finally, demonstrated momentum, whether that's digital momentum, momentum in terms of onboarding customers, momentum in terms of impact. And on the right-hand side, you can see just a really quick visual from our platform of experts who have been scoring all of those teams on those dimensions as well. So without further ado, next week, we'll share the detail around the LATAM 100, but here they are. As I mentioned, this was a very, very difficult task. The easy bit was actually finding all of the teams across the region doing some incredible things across all parts of education. The hard bit was evaluating them and trying to determine which were those that were the most promising. As you can see on the map here, they're really diverse teams working across education resources and experiences, across advanced technology, including STEAM and coding as well, language learning, a lot of language learning, financing education and supporting school students and parents with financing, learning environments themselves, whether they were LMSs or more advanced, more interactive and immersive versions of it. Tutoring and test preparation, still big across the region. Management systems of all sorts, helping institutions to be more productive and to serve their learners more better as well. And then finally, workforce and upskilling in the bottom left, which was the biggest category, it seemed as well. A lot of teams focusing on that transition from education to employment and on helping employers and helping individuals to be more productive and to pick up skills for this new advanced economy. Really quickly, let me share a little bit of what those splits look like for the 100. This is somewhat representative of the broader sample as well. We had some pre-K teams. We had a large amount of K-12, as we usually do as well. Not as many post-secondary teams as we might see in other regions, as in North America, for example, but as is the trend across EdTech globally, a really growing and strong representation from workforce. At a more granular level, looking at the clusters, we saw teams again across all of those segments that I just identified. And from a geographic perspective as well, unsurprisingly, a big contingent from Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Argentina. But what was really exciting is we had teams from all across the continent as well. There is innovation going and happening in every single country. I could talk forever, but we've got an incredible lineup, and what's the most exciting part about it is you're going to hear from some of these teams right now as well. We'll be sharing this list and the map more formally next week. If you're not on our newsletter already, go to holoniq.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you'll receive all the detail. I'm sure Fernando will make sure everyone who has signed up will receive a copy as well. That's it for me, Fernando. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrick. We still have a couple of minutes, so I want to ask you a little bit of what you are seeing around the world, because you have analyzed all of the market in edtech for years. So, what would be your initial reactions when you started looking to Latin America? Any surprises, any elements that caught
Mm.
your attention or the team? And also, if you can give us a minute of the view of how you see the global edtech space today.
Yeah, super quickly. I think, and we've talked endlessly about this, Fernando, LATAM has reached an inflection point, and that's not just another, saying. LATAM has definitely hit a point of inflection, a point of momentum, and a point of traction. It's why we had planned to spend so long in market to really meet these teams, the schools, the universities, the students, and get a better feel for what's happening. There's a lot of activity in workforce. That was surprising a little bit, but we're seeing that across the world as well. I'm so excited that you've pulled this together and all the people who are here will be presenting. I think the world needs to learn more about what's happening in LATAM. I think the world could learn a lot from what's happening in LATAM. And of course, we're trying to do the other way as well, which was connect all of these teams to leaders around the world who are facing similar challenges and similar issues as well. Really big picture, EdTech is super exciting, but with all of the cautions that we're all concerned about, COVID has accelerated the transformation to digital. There's some good bits about that. There are some challenging parts about that. Without doubt, learners and schools need more support than they did before. And there is much more awareness and much more appetite. We're seeing investors from all over the world who have never been interested or involved in education, who want to learn. They want to learn about the teams. They want to learn about the space. They want to about the challenges and the opportunities. So, as is usual, we're really excited about education technology, and I'm really excited about LATAM and look forward to hearing the next few presentations as well.
Thank you, Patrick. And it's been just really a pleasure for me to be close to your work for years now, and very thankful of what you're doing for the industry and for the region now. So my recognition to you, the team, and the hard work. I know it's almost midnight for you, so you have to take another coffee maybe to remain awake, but I'm sure our companies are going to keep you awake. I was also at midnight work last night trying to figure out the last details of the report. So really, really excited. And we're going to move on now. We're going to start the fair. We're going to start the showcase. And we're going to start with Argentina. I'm going to give you just a little bit of background so you begin to notice the differences in the region and the diversity. Argentina has about 14 million students that are now out of school. You have, like in the basic education, 3.3 million students today. You have in the higher education about another 3 million students that are currently being affected. So I'm going to introduce the first company in this is one of the leading one of the pioneers in the region that started in edtech before this was edtech. So I introduce you to Erika Tuani from Grupo Competir in Argentina. The stage is yours, Erika.
Good morning, everyone. If you could pull up the presentation, please. There we go. So it's an honor to be part of this selected group of outstanding companies. Competir is an end-to-end edtech solution company of triple impact, serving students at home and at school for over 20 years. Could go to the next, please. Our premise is to bring end-to-end solutions to our customers, so translating continued value for them. So I'll give you an example. When COVID first started in China back in January, we foresaw the potential need to have children learning at home. So we aligned the storytelling aligned to the vertical need, learning at home. So now remember, our content consists of short, fun, and self-explanatory videos. It is perfect solution for an isolation context. So we created a new product, Learning at Home, and delivered it last March when schools were all closed. It is a platform with this specific need with our existing content. We also created the engagement adoption through our expertise in digital marketing. So the result of this program is 1 million students active learning with our Learning at Home platform only 3 months later. Next. So Competeer is the first digital curriculum publisher of its kind, serving students in kindergarten to K-12, as you can see on the left. Different from other traditional publishers, our content is fun. We have an edutainment approach to foster learning with evergreen content. Our content is integrated into our own edutainment platform and third-party platforms. Next. So the result speaks for itself. Over 120 million students learning with us, 2 million YouTube subscribers. We are the largest education channel on YouTube, and we have only 10% of our content shared in that platform. 1 million positive testimonials, 0 complaints, over 400 million courses taken, and over 50 large corporations continue to buy from us. So if you can see on the graphic on the left, on the right, if we project our growth forward based on the results since 2015, we'll double the number of courses learned in 2021 to 800 million. So Competeer's impact in EdTech industry is well recognized by organizations like United Nations, Guinness World Records, Parents' Choice, and so on. Next. So our business model is software content as a service with consistent annual recurring revenue. Here's a snapshot of our paying customers, excluding freemium customers. So the average yearly income per student is $3. Now, as a software company, we understand the value of distributors. So look down on the left side, and you see that we work with digital content distributors such as TV stations, Netflix, YouTube, app stores, Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, and so on. Next. The new normal has challenged every industry in the world, and no one is immune. So we do believe education is converting into a blended learning approach forever, and we come to put it all together. So we launched the Learning at Home platform only 3 months ago, and we're already serving students in over 50 countries. We have customized and regionalized the same platform to more than 20 customers already. And our upcoming signature platform is EduFlix, the first multi-language video-on-demand service for education in the world that makes edutainment always on. We estimate to serve 500,000 customers by 2023. And the investment scale of the magnitude of $400,000 for the learning platform and $1.1 million for the EduFlix platform. So next, contact us if you are interested on embarking in this journey with us to truly make your students learn fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erica. I want to give a shout out to Pablo Aristizabal, one of the leading figures in the EdTech space in the region. So Pablo, thank you for what you're doing to change the world. I introduce Digital House, Sebastián McKinley from Argentina.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sebastián McKinley. I'm a co-founder of Digital House. Digital House was born 4 years ago with a mission of transforming people's lives through education and digital skills. We believe everyone with the will can participate in the digital world and enter an industry full of opportunities. Basically, we educate in the most in-demand digital skills, topics such as coding, digital marketing, data analytics, data science, artificial intelligence, UX, and digital business. We're right in that slide. Good. We do this in a wide range of students and in a scalable methodology. Can we go one back, please? There. So this is the way we deliver our programs. We have our content scripted in what we call class scripts, in 400 class scripts that makes us scalable. Those scripts also go into atoms that are we call the most indivisible piece of content that we can then use and reuse in different courses or in different parts of our learning, and all this with our supported by our learning platform, which allows us to deliver all our courses and programs and training in a remote methodology delivery or blended, depending the case. And this allows us to, as I said before, reach a wide range of segments of students that we cater. On one side, we have we deliver courses we call intensive courses, which are the short, very practical programs where our students basically learn to work on what they're learning. So go out and work on the industry. We also deliver executive programs, which are shorter versions for students to understand the digital space or the digital skills, not necessarily work every day, but be able to hire, recruit and be in discussions in the strategic discussions. On the third group there is our corporate training, where we help companies train their employees in digital skills and help them in their digital transformation. Also help them recruit the right talent through our different programs. Then we deliver this content also to K-12 schools. So basically the same content, the same platform where students in schools learn to code and other digital skills, where basically our methodology there is we train their own professors, which follow and coach their own students through our platform. And finally, a university where we partner with well-renowned universities to deliver degrees and masters with a digital aspect to it, digital business, where each one of the university and digital house puts in their part of the content. Next. And in this 4 years that we've been in business, we have been able to grow pretty fast in our students and impact the lives of more than 30,000 students in these 4 years. And this on the end helps us deliver on our mission of transforming people's lives through education in digital skills, which is the reason of our existence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sebastian. Very, very interesting. Also, Digital House has been one of the leading companies in the workspace for the region. So congratulations on what you're doing. They are also impacting several other countries. So they started in Argentina and they have now expanded to the rest of the region. I'm going to change gears now and also want to recognize some of the team that has made this possible. This could not have happened without the help from Juanita Ordóñez in Mexico, Colombian, that is very, very passionate about education, that has instigated us to work as a network and to build an alliance and to bring together over 200 minds in the edtech space. Juanita, you're a star. Thank you for what you're doing. And I'm going to change gears now and enter Brazil. Brazil, one of the most exciting regions, and it's a continent within a continent. Just to give you an idea, Brazil has almost 53 million students. If you go to the basic education, you probably have about 11 million. You have in secondary about 23 million, and in higher education, about 8.5 million students in Brazil. So Brazil is a place of its own, and there's a lot of innovation. So we try to showcase some of the best for you today. I'm going to start with Descomplica, and I'll bring you in, Rafael, to talk about Descomplica. Welcome, and we move from Spanish speaking to Portuguese, but you will all listen to that in English. Thank you, Rafael. Welcome.
Thank you, Fernando. Hey, everyone. Nice to meet you. Nice to have to be here. I would like to show you what Descomplica has been doing the last 9 years. We have been working in the education environment since 2011. Can I see the slides, please? You can go to the second one. Learning is for everyone. This is our mission, something that we really do believe in. And this mission has a few features that I would like to show you. How does Descomplica work? This is our matrix. We believe in high quality educational content. High quality educational content is for everyone. It must be simple, it must be engaging, it must be fun, really fun. We recorded all the high school contents from 3 years: math, science, geography, history, essay composition. I myself am a essay composition teacher. We recorded all the classes. We have video-on-demand classes. We have live classes. We have study plans, lots and lots of exercises, assessments, formative assessments, summative assessments, chats in which the students can talk to each other, peer-to-peer learning, lots of things. We put everything, all these features in a basket, and we offer this for an extremely affordable price. So we have some of the best teachers, the best contents, the most fun and engaging educational contents, everything for an extremely affordable price. Next slide, please. We do believe that this high quality content must be distributed in engaging channels to allow our students to perform. I don't know if everyone knows about our university entrance exams, but we have a major university entrance exams, which is called ENEM, Exame Nacional do Ensino Médio. And this year we have something like 6 million enrolled students for 300,000 university spots. So let me repeat: 6 million enrolled students will get in a competition for 300,000 university spots. So it's very difficult, it's very hard. The low-income students they didn't have a chance, but we do believe that with extremely affordable pricing, just to let you know, for $4 monthly nowadays, they can have all the high school content recorded, and they can reach some of the best teachers in the country. Okay, it's for $4 monthly. So it really makes a difference. It can be huge. It can be life-changing for lots and lots of low-income students. And that's why I said our mission is learning is for everyone. Next slide, please. Yeah, something that I said, one more. Slides. Yeah, our reach nowadays, no, that's fine, that's fine. Our reach nowadays, I told you, we should be fun and engaging. This is a history class with two of our teachers. One is playing Donald Trump, the other one is Hillary Clinton. I don't know if you can recognize them, but in the times of the United States elections, I know that it can sound a little bit strange because the academic, the people think that classes must be serious no, we can make it fun. On the right side, you have the Descomplica brands talking to Netflix brands the day before ENEM. It's in Portuguese, but they say that you should rest. You should tomorrow you're gonna face a huge moment in your lives. You are going to dispute the university entrance exams, and then you have serious and you can relax and everything else. So Descomplica and Netflix are talking to each other. So we have this brand love making all these engaging environments. Next slide. And this is something about our roadmap since 2011. We've made 4 rounds, 4 fundraisings for Series A, B, C, and D. We've reached to $31 million. And this year, 2020, it's not in there, but it will be accredited as a university. We'll have undergrad courses and postgrad courses. This is our next step through the educational environments in Brazil. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Rafael. Also one of the leading companies in the region. I'm now going to introduce you to Lorena from Cantum in Brazil. Lorena, the stage is yours. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lorena. I'm a co-founder and head of customer success at Cantum. Next, please. We believe in mentoring and ongoing education for teachers. Next, please. And we also believe that we all need a mentor. We believe that we all need someone who gives us feedback. You can see that we brought examples of high performance athletes. One back, please. One of them is Ayrton Senna and Serena Williams with their lifetime mentors and coaches. Next, please. But there's a group that barely receives feedback, and this group are the teachers. Next, please. There's a research made by McKinsey that shows that the quality of the teachers is the most important key to get better results from students. I'm not getting into specifics of this research, but we can take 2 main lessons from this research. The lesson number 1 is that the quality of an educational system cannot be higher than the quality of the teachers. That means that if you want a school, if you want a city, and if you want a country to perform well in education, you have to invest in the quality of its teachers. And the second lesson is, how do we get better results from the teachers? We have to invest in their instruction, in their technical parts in the classroom. Next, please. Out of the 15 best ranked countries on the PISA study, 11 of these countries use feedback system for the teachers' development. Next, please. But how do we keep up with the practice of 2 million teachers, which is the case of the amount of teachers in Brazil? Next. We created a solution where the teacher can easily record its class with an app, and we compact the video of the class so we can upload way faster than a normal video. Right after the teacher is done with the classroom, it stops the video and it's already available on our platform. In our platform, the teacher can review its practice and a mentor can watch the class and give a feedback. And who is this mentor that we're talking about here? The mentor could be the coordinator of the school. The mentor could be a peer, a fellow teacher, or the mentor could be one of the Cantum mentors that were highly trained by our pedagogical team to give feedback to schools. Next, please. We also offer, right after the feedback, a practical diagnosis, because when the school input rubrics inside our platform based on skill and competencies, we can easily see and the diagnosis how our teachers are performing. So we can see what we need to invest in the teacher training and what is already good. We don't need to waste time investing in some aspects that the teacher is already performing well. Next, please. We also offer online courses. Next. And we offer communities of practice. We really believe that the interaction between peers, between teachers inside the schools and from other schools and in the whole country is very important to exchange experiences. And then the teacher can improve by exchanging experiences with their peers. Next, please. So what we do and what we believe in, to sum up, we believe in ongoing education for teachers. We believe in self-knowledge. We believe in observation as a learning experience. We believe in mentoring, and we highly believe in feedback. Next, please. We have a portfolio of 35 clients, over 1,000 schools, a network of almost 90,000 teachers, and since 2015, we received over 25,000 feedbacks and that were given to teachers via videos. Next, please. Here's our historical growth. We were born in 2015 with only the resources from the founders, and this year we expect about 2.5 million of income. We already achieved 80% of that, and we want to double that next year and then double again 2022. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much, Lorena. Great journey. So I introduce you to Quao Gilbert from Brazil. Bem-vindo.
Hi, Fernando. Great to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Gilbert, co-founder and CEO of Quao. Quao in Spanish means cuál. In English, the idea is what. So we are inspiring students to realize their dreams. Next. Where do I fit in this world? Probably you have faced this big question about you. What I'm going to do in my life? Who am I? Who I want to be? In the past, things were more tangible and less volatile. The idea was, don't panic. There is a spot just made for you. Next. Now, we came from solid to the liquid times, and we are living in the age of uncertainty. So, guys, there is no more a spot just made for you. From now on, you are gonna flow, baby. You must need to learn how to project your life. Next. Life design is the way to prepare students to this new world. It also gives more meaning for the experience at school. We have an educational digital platforms that empower schools with a complete life design program. Next. This is a huge opportunity in Brazil, especially for new players like us. There is a new regulation for K-12, and life design is an obligatory approach. And also, life design converges with UNESCO goals for education. Next, please. We created an innovative methodology. Now, life design becomes a well-structured process combining self-knowledge, practice of interest, and social-emotional skills development. The principal idea is to help students to learn how to talk about themselves. We are talking about storytelling for life, for real life. Next. We offer a complete program ready to run, but schools can also personalize the program with more content. Each school can also define how much the program you run online and how much presential. So it's a solution that is flexible, hybrid, and active learning based on. Next. We are ready to dominate the Brazilian market in the next 5 years. So there is a lot of work to do here, but we also looking for partners to develop new markets in Latin America. The idea is to supply our technology and the local partner creates the content based on the education regulatory in the area and take care of the selling process. Next, please. Here is my contact information. Keep in touch, join us, and let's inspire students all over the world. Thanks you, Fernando. Thanks, everyone.
Obrigado, Gilberto. Want to have your view around it. Let me do now a shout out to our partner for the ecosystem future education. You have been fundamentally opportunities to make this happen for Brazil. So thank you, and also a long timer in the industry, friend. Thank you for everything that you've done to make this happen, Thiago. I'm going to move into Chile. Chile, one of the more advanced countries in Latin America in education. About 4.9 million students in Chile. In basic education, about 1 million. In higher ed education, about 1.2 million. Secondary education, around 1.5 million. And before we go into the first company from Chile, I also want to recognize someone that has been a leader, not only in Chile, but in Latin America, a name you also need to know if you want to know to Eugenio has a great year and figure also Eugenio for what you're doing in all of Latin America. So now I introduce you to very good friend Juan Pablo Mena from UPlanner.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Fernando, for the invitation. It's a real honor to participate. The next slide, please. Oh,
No,
it's next.
you have to,
some slides before.
You have to put plan in presentation. Sorry.
No worries.
We prepared for this plan.
Okay. Yes. The next, Fernando, please. Yes. Why we founded the UPlanner? Because we are sure that education will change the world, and to transform it, we need technology. Next, please. Coverage, for example, in next at Latin America, there is only 40% of coverage. The next. And also, we common sense is that we lack the needed infrastructure to release. Next. Next, please. And for example, in Dropbox is other problem we are solving. The educational institution use no more than 50% of the graduation. And the next, in Latin America, the next, please. In Latin America, for example, just one, next, please. Just one of our more than 7,000 universities is at the top 100 worldwide ranking. And the next. Experience is, if the experience improves, the commitment improves, and with it, the retention. Next. And we solve them. What makes UPlanner so successfully is that we are solving this problem today. We have built a unique and user-friendly platform for educational ecosystem that integrates existing platforms, processes, and our artificial intelligence technology, where can predict, optimize, and assess educational institutions. Next. We have been working very hard, and this has had a great impact on results with clients, which has been recognized by Microsoft as the best edtech in the world in 2017. We are only the unique LATAM startup to win it, and we also received an award of South Summit and the College of Engineers in Chile. Next. We did a Series A for 5 million with turned out to be the largest in Chile in 2018. Next, please. We work with the best universities in QS ranking of each country in 16 countries. The next, please. For example, in the UNAM in Mexico, Anáhuac in Mexico, Uniandes in Colombia, Pontificia Universidad Católica in Chile. And we also with the largest, UNAM, for example, in Mexico, UVM in Mexico, Senat in Peru, TUOC in ACAP in Chile, which was very good because university follow best practices from the best, and so we have today a great opportunity to deepen our operation in each country. Next, please. Moreover, we already started a project in Emirates and in Spain. Next, please. We have 9 platforms grouped by 3 big areas: optimization, assessment, and student success. Then the SaaS, in the SaaS model, we charge per student per year. Next, please. Optimization, we are able to improve efficiency up to 47%, or coverage to increase in 11%, for example, in WAP in Mexico. Next, please. We do this by applying our own artificial intelligence to optimize schedules and generate different scenarios. Next, please. Being able to insert the best of them back to main platform. Next, please. In assessment, we have technology to improve quality, aiming the continuous improvement process. Next, please. Helping institutions to map outcomes to world curriculum, for example. Next, please. And track student outcomes at program level, but even at student level, which we know is the all-time goal for the universities, understanding learning. Next, please. And finally, student success. Our platform analyze the dropout risk and student level using machine learning techniques we learn from student behavior to predict which very high accuracy students with dropout risk. Next, please. On this line, we have built in a one-stop platform focused in student experience, and we can connect here chatbot and all of the intelligence, artificial intelligence. Next, please. And for the dropout, we can predict each student of risk and of each student. Yes, it's all, Fernando. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Juan Pablo. Really, really nice. One of the leading companies in the region. Now I introduce my friend Ariel Gringhaus from Collegium in Chile. Ariel, the stage is yours. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello to everybody. This is Collegium is our leitmotiv is more time to educate, más tiempo para educar in Spanish, and it's our I don't know, Herbert. Please next. We founded this company 20 years ago, and we are accelerating the digital transformation of schools. We offer management system called SIS, and other educational resources that enable schools to achieve the goals and challenge. We have different countries, different solutions. We have more than 40 solutions that they are used by thousands of public and private schools. We have millions of parents, teachers, principals, and students that use our platforms every day. And we are seeking strategic alliances that allow us to integrate and expand our solutions. we're in these 10 countries now. Thank you. We have a solution for the new schooling era. We have that I say more than 40 solutions, but we have some special solution for this moment. That this is for, we have something for homeworks, something for deliver the research, something for classes. We saw that there are a lot of students that they can access to internet, and then we record classes and put it in a file that we can send to them in, I don't know, by WhatsApp. We have another solution that is a SchoolNet that is very popular here in South America, and it's used by the, I don't know, millions of users every day, that connects the students and the parents with the school. That is very important at this moment. And I have, please next, I have a video of this. Can you push at the middle? Yes, please. We did this video before the lockdown. I don't know if not, if you can push the audio of the video. But bueno, it's something that we develop. That I think that the people that we will can.
Yeah, we're not getting audio out.
I think maybe something about the. Okay.
Yes, you have to understand putting. Okay.
Okay, it's a video that we did about this SchoolNet, and the app of SchoolNet is in Spanish, in Portuguese, in, I don't know, in German. We have the application in Chinese too, and Hebrew. We think globally, and we are ready to. Next, please. And we're a team of 150 plus people that we are dedicated full life, not full time, full life, to give more time to educate for teachers and family around the world now. Thank you very much. This is and the next is my contacts. There are my contacts there. We're happy to talk with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariel. Real sorry that the video could not be shown, but Collegium, one of the leading also companies from Chile to the rest of Latin America, and Endeavor company as well. So welcome and thank you. And now we go with my good friend Sebastián Miranda from Efecto Educativo, and actually one of the ones that first said, why don't we do a LATAM EdTech Fair to the world? So here we are, Sebastián.
Yes. Good morning, Fernando, and everyone, and all of our friends in EdTech environment. I am Sebastián Miranda, co-founder and CEO of Efecto Educativo Group, conformed by 3 institutions. Next, Fernando, please. Efecto Educativo, where we develop solutions based on technology and materials to generate innovative methodologies for the treatment of formal curriculum. Also is Efecto Educativo Foundation, in which we do services, teacher training and research. And the new one, our little daughter, is named CoreSkill. It's a company we have hosted development of new trends in education, STEAM, base layer project, coding and robotics. Next. We have been in the market since 2006. We have developed until now over 100 products and done projects in more than 4,000 schools in 8 countries, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, República Dominicana, and others. Next. And we made a lot of projects for different institutions, Ministry of Chile Education, obviously, also Dominican Republica, and Puerto Rico, and also we made products for other institutions, for example, Siemens Stiftung in German, or Globisense, a specific company in Israel. Next. And the problem that we work to solve as a group is the development of comprehensive learning and skills that promote autonomy, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and social and emotional skills. We work in different areas, mathematics and language from primary, and also, next, science to secondary, using sensors and electronics, cognitive and social emotional skill, and project-based project-based learning and STEM, the new one. For these areas, we have developed a methodology where students build their learning experience using software, platform, materials, didactic materials, or hardware, improving the learning practice. Now, we are planning a totally online version for our method and looking for distribution channels and investors in order to accelerate all the plans that we want to make. That's it. Thank you very much, Fernando.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you. You also have been a long timer in the industry and very relevant what you're doing. And now let me introduce you to Gustavo, also a rising, upcoming entrepreneur in the education space. Gustavo, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Next, please. Next. Fine. And with 10 years in the market, Smart Training has specialized in virtualize all type of educational content using high technology, such as virtual reality, augmented reality, mobile learning, gaming, and artificial intelligence. Next, please. During the years of our experience, we have trained more than 600,000 people, have worked with more than 500 AAA companies, have developed 600 VR simulators, multiple apps for EdTech, and more than 1,500,000 assets for content generation. We have presence in 5 countries. Next, please. In Smart Training, we are expert in asynchronous education. Next, please. Smart Training promote the theoretical practical learning mode. In one hand, we deliver theory with interactive infographic, videos, and in the other hand, we deliver training with our virtual reality simulators and gaming system. Next, please. We learned that people learn faster and better when they are exposed to a gaming atmosphere and when they have learned by doing activities. Next, please. As I mentioned before, we are expert in generation of educational platform for web and mobile, where we allow all kind of people the chance to learn in the safe, secure environment where everything is under control regarding safety. Next, please. And the last year, Smart Training sells $1.7 million with an EBITDA at 43.18%, and our actual company value is 8.6 million. Next, please. Now I'm gonna talk about the project that bring me here. We are looking for the finance and we require the support of an investment. As you may know, nowadays there are 2,000 million people that don't have classes. 300 of them is in Latin America, where they around the 70,000 institutions to general level between school, institute, university, training, organization, academy. 90% of them doesn't come with online education system, and COVID crisis would last 18 months. Next, please. Everybody. We are looking for finance to development, launch an integral system of virtual education that allow the creation of learning management system. Today in Smart Training, we work with an open code learning management system, SAG, Chamilo, and Moodle, but through this development, we will enable the creation of educational content in automatized while offering this automatized content through marketplace. Next, please. All of the tools I mentioned could be controlled and intelligent data system that will centralize the information and general unified command that will allow management. Today, we are looking for $1.5 million of investment to development to the system and to the create commercial strategy for Spain, Mexico, and Chile. The principal milestone of this investment are: first, during the first years, we will develop the complete software. Second, in the 6 months, a first version with some of the future will be able. Third, in 5 years, a smart training will be, next please, slide. In 5 years, will be worth $70 million, which means that the growth will be often 40% annually. Nowadays, we are facing a global change that can make us grow infinitely. We can be leaders in the industry, not only including enterprise and school. We want to be in all the sector of the economy. In 5 years, we will have a capital software that will worth about $10 million. Thank you for your attention and good afternoon. Thank you, Fernando, for your invitation.
Gustavo, thank you. Congratulations. I have been very proud to see your growth and the type of content that you developed over the years. So proud of what you're doing in the region. So we're gonna take a little break from the pitches and introduce you to Pablo Langa from EDT Partners. Pablo is one of the leaders of education in EdTech for many, many years globally. And I'm proud to say that Pablo and I have reached an agreement to partner together and expand from companies from all over the world coming into the region and companies from the region to be able to win space globally. So Pablo, welcome. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your leadership. We are very, very proud of what you have done for the industry as well. I'm very, very proud personally to call you my friend and to embrace this new journey together. And I think EDT Partners is establishing a footprint in the world that is very relevant. And I think for the Latin America companies to be able to have a strategy of expansion to the world is now more relevant than ever. So welcome, the stage is yours.
Thanks so much, Fernando, and for that warm welcoming. And to me, it's such a pleasure to be here. I would like to start saying good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations to all those of you that are managing to connect on this live stream today, and all those of you that have made it to the Hone IQ Top 100 for LATAM. I think it's a great sign of accomplishment and something to be proud of. You know, as a consulting organization, often enough, as Fernando was saying, a lot of companies and players come to us with looking for answers. And to me, it's also great to be learning a lot from all of you during today. In the best of the scenarios as a consulting group, we have a lot of the right questions, not the answers. So we are learning a lot as you guys are presenting some of the challenges. I think one of the things that make me very proud about this region and why I feel that we need to put a loudspeaker into the work that you are all doing is the fact that it's not rare that all of your initiatives are focusing not only on the top 80% of the students that can afford some basic education and access to technology, but it's not unusual to hear how your solutions work fully offline and have capabilities for those kind of low-tech environments, which rarely we see around the world, right? And to me, in terms of sustainability and inclusion in education, that's key. And I think that's a flagship that all of you have already touched on during today, and I'm confident that you will continue to do so. So congratulations on that. For those of you that don't know who we are, as Fernando made the intro, we are a global consulting group. We have operations in the 3 major regions, in the Americas, in Asia Pacific, and EMEA. Even though we have a little bit of a Latin DNA, we operate globally. And we're a purpose-driven consulting firm that's trying to have an impact in the overall kind of human capital development, right? So we are purpose-driven, and we work with all the ecosystem, from governments to higher education institutions, edtech players, in kind of these 5 core areas that you can see on the screen. But today is not to talk about us, it's to talk about you, right? So as you can see, part of our hypothesis as a firm, as a consulting group, is very much at the core of why we're getting connected here today, and is the fact that there are powerhouses of innovation around the world that don't have the opportunity to be visible into the right opportunities. And you can imagine that during and after COVID, our global perspective but local presence with food and experts on the ground in many countries is proven super helpful, right? So we're very proud to extend our offer to to help in whatever way we can to all of you, both now listening to the stream or as part of the EDLATAM Alliance or the LATAM region. If you can go to the next one. So we only had like a few minutes to share with you, and I had the opportunity to highlight a lot of the great things that are happening in region and outside region, but I thought it was better to actually highlight the things that we are seeing that probably are red flags, right? So hopefully you can entertain 2 minutes with me on looking at some of those. And I think the number one is kind of taking international strategy as a kind of second thought, quick thought. And often enough, what we see is that, if you think about localization, just that's the step to international growth. That's normally a big mistake, as you all know. Also, I think in terms of not paying attention to operations, I will tell you the amount of times where we have had situations with companies that have had success, and at some point we're like, now how do I take my money after a nice project out of India or Russia or China, just because there was not the right planning put in place, right? So my suggestion is that you bake international and global as you start your next business plan, your next growth phase, to avoid this type of challenges. The second one, very quickly, no one size fits all in terms of partnerships. We've seen many situations where entrepreneurs and established businesses in the education space feel like recruiting a team of partners and channels to grow internationally, it's the difficult task. And what I often say is, like, once you sign a potential partner, is when actually the hard work begins, right? That's when you need to start setting up the right objectives and the right compensation and the right framework to make sure that, number one, you differentiate in between different type of partners, but also you set obligations together with compensation for all of them. Not saying no is often a big mistake that we see, where companies buy into big discounts. We've seen during this time of COVID a lot of organizations, a lot of you that have put all your resources free and available to everyone, for everyone to use, and I think that's great. But often we see the mistake of buying into opportunities, doing it at the cost, or sometimes even a penalty for your operation because there is no budget. I always say that the yeses to business opportunities, it's kind of the reward of many years of work. The no's are the ones that define your personality and your DNA. So be proud of the no's as you are of the yeses that you take in there. If I had the pleasure of having you in a room, I will ask you the next question. It will be, if I have a business opportunity for you that's going to give you $1 million of revenue today, or I have a business opportunity for you that's going to bring you $500,000, $500,000 for the next 3 years, what would you pick today? Right now, you have 5 minutes. The answer is difficult, and obviously COVID has made that answer even more difficult. But in our opinion, we need to make sure there is a clear long-term sustainability growth, right? Like, if you talk to private equity or venture capital groups, they're going to be looking at your long-term growth figures, not at your last, public project, several $1 million, but that you don't know if you're going to be able to replicate. And there's obviously a tight balance in there, but prioritizing only the short term from a product and business modeling perspective can often not be the right long-term decision. And last, I just want to emphasize, going alone is sometimes much faster, right? There's a proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So I will just wrap up with that, Fernando, just saying, make sure that you are intrigued by other markets, that you ask questions about the markets, that you seek for help, that you seek for partners, that you not take a no as an answer, but that you actually explore these in close coordination with anyone that can help you in those markets. If we want to all have an impact in education, we need to do it together to go far. So thank you, Fernando, for the great work that you guys are all doing, and looking forward to hearing more.
Thank you, Pablo, and it's a pleasure for me to be part of this leading organization in the world, and I'm sure that as more companies learn about the attractiveness of Latin America, they would be willing to look and work with us to enter the region. And for the leading organizations in Latin America, it's time to think globally. It's time to expand to other geographies. We can solve problems for humanity and not only for a specific country or region. So thank you, Pablo, for your trust. Thank you for the team of EDT partners that is behind the scenes, Don, Paul, helping us make this a reality and putting this together. So now we're going to move on. We're going to enter Colombia, very exciting country, from Bogota, Medellin, Barranquilleros. So we are going to start by sharing some of the numbers from Colombia. So Colombia, almost 13 million students overall. In the basic education, almost 3 million students. Secondary education, almost 5 million students. And in higher ed, almost 2 million students. And we're going to start with one of the leading companies actually in Latin America now. Very exciting journey from Cloud Labs. Giovanni, good old friend. And also, full disclosure, Giovanni is already working with us at EDT Partners and expanding to Asia, India, and very exciting markets. So good to go, Giovanni.
Thank you, Fernando. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Giovanni Orozco, and I'm the founder of Cloud Labs. Next, please. As you know, schools are looking for cost-effective ways to engage students with science using technology, and they also want to reduce the risk of accidents in labs when students are learning through experimentation, and they prefer to use environmentally friendly resources. Teachers want to have all the data in the same place. They also would like to grab their students' attention. At the same time, students love to learn through games. Next. We created Cloud Labs using the STEM educational model, which integrates several disciplines in the same classroom, promoting always learning in context. To do that, the STEM needs real equipment. Our innovation consists of applying the STEM model using gamified simulators. Next. We have 200 apps in several disciplines like mathematics, physics, engineering, chemistry, robotics, agriculture, mechanics, to name but a few. Next. This is our current portfolio. We can work in middle and high schools and also in higher education. Next. Well, Cloud Labs is more than a virtual experience of a real lab. It integrates a didactic approach with curriculum-aligned content that promotes problem-solving challenges, encouraging critical thinking. Next. We can even connect our simulators to real equipment in school labs. Next. We have some unique features like offline access, bilingual simulators, and self-training platform for teachers. Next. We have presence in 22 countries, more than 4,000 schools, and we have impacted around 200,000 students so far. For instance, we've just closed a huge agreement with the biggest publishing company in Brazil for impacting 4,000 schools because of the pandemic. Next.
We are self-sustaining with more than $6 million in revenue in the last 4 years. 2019 closed with $2 million in revenue. Next. Well, we sell Cloud Labs in 2 ways: in B2B through partnership with important players in the market, and in B2C we've set up a virtual store where purchases can be customized according to user needs. During the last year, the company was focused on perpetual licenses. However, we've just changed the business model this year to annual license per student, and it is going very well. Next. As an example, let's do a basic calculation. If we reach 1,000 schools with 300 students per school paying $30 each one, it means $9 million in revenue, and we have reliable partners working on promoting our products, such as the cases of SM and Somos as big publishing companies. Next. Finally, we have a clear roadmap for enhancing the product in terms of curriculum alignment in several countries and integration of trending technologies like Internet of Things, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence. Also, we are focusing more on sales and marketing abroad. Next. Well, we at Cloud Labs are very excited about transforming the science classroom of today for the workforce of tomorrow. Thank you all for your attention.
Giovanni, thank you very much. You also deserve a recognition because you are expanding globally and really changing education at this very, very impactful moment. Cloud Labs has become a relevant solution. So now we're going to have to accelerate a little bit. Let me introduce you my good friend, Juan Manuel Zúñiga from Colombia, Pencil. Go ahead, Juan Manuel, your stage.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Fernando. I want to talk to you about a very important part in our education. Our parents, please give them credit. They help us with homework even before there was Google. As a parent, I want to be involved in my children's education. But like me, in more than 60% of Latin American households, both parents work. This creates a challenge for us to be properly involved in our children's education. Next. Parents are overwhelmed, either by the amount of different platforms and technology the schools are using, or the lack of it. Communication has also been challenging. There are many channels and some of them highly ineffective. Next. Teachers are frustrated as well, keeping up with the parents, their students, their virtual education, and everything else without the proper tools. Let me talk to you about Pencil. Pencil, next. Pencil is the app for hybrid education. It connects parents, teachers, and students, allowing them to create and deliver education wherever they are. We've managed to understand and attend to the particular needs of everyone involved in the process, creating an engaging experience with just the right amount of features that will allow education to happen everywhere. Due to COVID-19, we created and launched a complete solution for education, both asynchronous and synchronous, in just 2 months. Next. For parents, we've created a way to be involved in all the process of their children's education, from early development centers all the way through high school, and even complementary education such as sports and art schools. Every single education institution can use Pencil, so parents have all the children in the education in just one app. Pencil creates convenience, involvement, and communication. Next. In Pencil, parents will find communication and interaction with teachers and the schools that just works. Integration with other platforms, such as Google Classroom or Canvas, to be informed of everything related to their children's education. Content, information, and news posted by the school, bringing the families and the school closer together, and virtual education. That is very simple to use, all in one place. Next. We understood that every single participant in education has different needs. So we create a different experience for each one of them. There's an app for parents and students, there's an app for teachers, and there's one for managers and staff. One specifically designed to increase involvement and interaction. Next. We are also solving another major issue in education, the lack of relevant data. For schools, we gather and analyze data, giving them valuable insights in the whole process to make them to allow them to make data-driven decisions. Next. So this is Pencil, the first super app for education. But let me tell you how we've been doing. Next. Our users of Pencil, our families have 90% of our families are active in Pencil every week. They spend up to 5 minutes per day, and we have a 92% message open rate in our app. Teachers also love Pencil. They spend up to 18 minutes per day, and we have a Net Promoter Score of 66. Next. They already trust us. The important thing here is to show that we are relevant in all sorts of different educational institutions. Also, we have regional footprint, showing that we are solving a regional problem. Next. We've managed to grow 2.2x over the last 11 months. We have a 95% renewal rate. Right now, there are more than 3,000 users interacting in our app. Our LTV to CAC ratio is 6:1. And we've created a remote sales team capable of selling our product all across Latin America. Next. Our business model is a B2B SaaS, starting at $10 per year per student. And we have 3 options for schools to choose from, different packages to adjust to their needs. Next. We are in front of a great opportunity, but we want to change education and also build a business. Next. Our team is ready to take Pencil to the next level. Next.
Thank you, Juan Manuel. We need to close now. So just please 1 minute to close. Thank you. Sorry for this. We have a very tight schedule and the time run out. So sorry for that interruption, Juan Manuel. Congratulations. We need to move down. We're going to introduce you to Julian Melo, also one of the leading companies from Colombia, Ubits. Julian, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Fernando. Hi, everyone. My name is Julian Melo. I'm the CEO of Ubits, effective reskilling and upskilling for employees in Latin America. Next. The nature of careers has changed. Today, the half-life of a learned skill is less than 4 years. Continuous learning is becoming critical for company success, but companies in Latin America are not prepared because there's very few content in Spanish and Portuguese, and training is not aligned with the expectation of employees and their careers needs. Ubits is an online learning platform to upskill and reskill employees with more than 370 courses in local language and personalized training paths based on employees' needs. Next. We create opportunities to employees that are at the bottom of the pyramid by giving them access to high-quality training to develop their skills in order for them to grow professionally and increase their income. Next. These are some of our customers in 8 countries in Latin America. This year, we have grown 15% month over month with a CAC payback period of 5.8 and 7.2 LTV over CAC. Our strong unit economics position us for a capital efficient growth. Next. But more important, our customers love our product. Our content is relevant for students. That's why our overall rating is 9.1 over 10 from more than 60,000 evaluations. On top of that, we have 80% completion rate. This leads to great satisfaction from our customers with an NPS of 76. Next. This is our team. Marta and I founded Ubits. Leonardo, Maria, and Mario experts in sales, education, and technology have joined UBIT in the last couple of years. Next. You can support UBIT by introducing us to HR departments in Latin America, top Series A investors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julian. Also, congratulations. Julian was also part of the GESA Awards last year, as was Giovanni and many other of these companies. So I just want to make a shout out also to Avi Warshawski from Mindset Israel, who has been supporting us, and all of the GESA Awards jury and all of the team from Israel to the world. So thank you for that. And hopefully one day, one of these companies is going to win the Global EdTech Startup Award. And we have a very strong lineup. So now I'm moving to my home country, Mexico, and also need to do a shout out to some of the top leader edtechs that are not here today, but are also part of that. Bedu, Thinkers, Analyticals, Baud, many different companies. Unfortunately, we cannot have them all in this first cohort, but make sure that we will repeat this event. So Mexico now, it's basically a country with over almost 38 million students overall. In the primary space, about 10 million students. In the secondary space, 14 million students. And in higher education, 4 million students. So we're going to start Mexico with one of the also leading startups, Patricio Bicharra from Collective Academy. Welcome, Pato.
Thank you, Fernando, and hi, everyone. I'm Pato Bicharra, co-founder and CEO, and I want to show you how we're accelerating managers and executive careers in Latin America. Next. So nowadays, in the middle of a global pandemic, everyone is asking themselves, how does the university of the future look like? And we call it a neo-university, a tech-enabled academic institution that connects the future of the workplace with the present of education in unprecedented ways. We were started 5 years ago by a group of investors, and our purpose, next, is to connect lifelong learners with knowledge to prepare them collectively for the future. Lifelong learners, which is any professional and director with a thirst to learn and grow, and connect them with knowledge because we believe that knowledge is openly available outside. We have two products. Our flagship product is our Master in Business and Technology, an 18-month program focused on high potentials and decision makers in Latin American multinationals and technology companies, where content comes from the best universities in the world and is taught by practitioners within a connected community. And our enterprise learning programs, in which we help corporates prepare for the digital age, as we help them accelerate their mindset of their people and provide them specific skills. Now, how do we do it? We took out everything that the university didn't need it, starting from an enormous campus, the fixed obsolete programs that they never get up to date, plus providing great value for a cost-efficient way. Also, we bring together professionals so they connect with each other with top mentors from their field, practitioners, that facilitate learning experiences using content and tools. And finally, we create a lifelong learning community where graduation is not the end, but the beginning. And we encourage them to keep close to each other and make things happen. We have great traction. Our master has had over 19 cohorts, more than 300 students, and over 12,000 learning hours in Mexico City, Monterrey, and online, LATAM-wide. And in enterprise learning, we've worked with more than 3,500 senior managers and executives to prepare them for the future of work in the digital age. Our team has more than 4 years of experience in the talent, education, entrepreneurial space, and we are supported by great advisors from Mexico and Latin America. Next. We're looking to connect with high potential students for a master program that can bring us to LATAM, specifically from Colombia, Peru, Chile, as well as Mexico and Central America, and also introductions to chief people officers or heads of learning, so we can show them how we are revolutionizing education. Thank you very much.
Pato, thank you so much. We are still recovering because Pato just a couple of days ago, he turned 5 years old with Collective Academy, and we did a big celebration. So congratulations for that and the work you're doing. Now, I'm moving with my good friend Luis Garza from Kinedu, one of the leading and most active organizations in the pandemic and before. So, Luis, you have done an amazing work, and the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Fernando. So I'm here to talk about Kinedu, and I'm going to start with the challenge. And we believe that there's a crisis of quality experiences. On one hand, when parents receive their baby, they don't know what to do and they're anxious. And on the other hand, teachers, practitioners, early childhood educators, it's an industry that's overstressed, undertrained, and overworked, and even underpaid. And so what happens is that the adults that are in charge of providing the learning experiences and the playtime for children are not being able to do so for lack of training or knowledge. And what we have is children that get to 5 or 6 years old, not ready for school. Next. These experiences are essential because what children learn in their first 5 years of life, it's what sets them up for success later on in life. It is taking turns, it is paying attention, it is sharing, it is on many ways negotiating, and everything we do when we're adults, when we go to school, when we work, and it's even related to higher order skills and higher levels of high school accomplishment, salaries later on in life, and lower criminality. Next. So Kinedu presents an ecosystem so for all the adults in life. We work with families, centers, teachers, and support organizations to provide relevant, developmentally appropriate quality experiences. And we're essentially three things. One is an early childhood assessment. The second one is our largest content library from prenatal up to 4 years old. And putting those two together, we create unique, developmentally appropriate experiences for every child. Next. It all starts with our assessment, and to do that, we realized we needed to move development away from the hands of gatekeepers like doctors and put it in the hands of parents. So we assembled a team, and we've partnered with leading universities like Stanford University, Harvard Center on the Developing Child, and we've even got backing from MIT, and we've leveraged data from tons of users. And long story short, next, we have an assessment that's been published in several scientific journals that is reliable across time, that is able to be used by any parent, any adult without training across the world, and will create a valid measure of skill acquisition and early childhood development for parents. Next. We've even worked with over 2,000 activities, articles, recipes, everything that supports parents and educators in providing these experiences. These games, these playtime experiences, we show parents what to do, we tell them what to look out for, and we let them work with children. We let them play. In the end, it's play with a pedagogical intent, with a learning intent. Next. Our activities, we've done some research about them in randomized controlled trials, and they've shown to foster the right behaviors in parents and educators, like more language, more serve and return, versus control groups, versus other videos, versus other articles, and we've done several of these, and we'll continue to get some ideas from researchers on how to improve our content. Next. Kinedu right now is a company that has almost 6 million registered users. We have almost 1 million active users after COVID. And our main markets are across the continent from Alaska to Patagonia, including Brazil. We're available in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and are present everywhere where parents need us to be. Next. We do provide a different experience that all our competitors out there, because we are focused on adaptive practical know-how. We do not have standards that are set. We have an understanding that every child's development is different. Next. And we provide to educators in different levels. Our core technology started with our parent interactions app, which is Kinedu Baby Development. We have now released a platform for teachers and educators, which is Kinedu for Teachers with some sophistication. And we have a teacher productivity app, we call it Center Management. We have over 200 daycare centers across Mexico and some other places in Latin America that are using Aldea to connect with families at home. Next. During COVID, 2 things happened. Parents were stuck at home. We provided Kinedu for free and quickly spiked our active users. But also educators needed a way to legitimize their work and validate that they could work with families. Their livelihood was threatened. So we put out this tool that helps educators become remote guides of their children. Next. We've also been working a lot with MIT Solve on artificial intelligence on one hand, and using artificial intelligence not only to create the right algorithm, leveraging our data and our assessment for finding the right activities, but also next, using an assessment that can help create a chatbot. So releasing a chatbot for everybody to use in 3 languages, which is a developmental guide in your pocket you can converse with and chat independently. Next. So the future for us is what is appropriate for my child. We're solving the problem of understanding children deeply, uniquely, and being able to provide not just content, but the right tools, the right toys, the right apps, even the right daycares. Eventually, with our data and our model, we can provide the right recommendation to every parent. Next. So if you want to join us, if you want to partner with us, please let us know. I'll put my contact on the chat in YouTube, and happy to share and learn from you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Luis. You have done also an amazing job to bring together the industry to establish a leadership position as an entrepreneur. And now let me introduce you to my good friend, Noel Traynor from Notion. Notion with an amazing story. Even before we could say EdTech, they were already building something amazing, and today it's consolidating as one of the leading companies in the region. Noel, the stage is yours. Welcome.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Next, please. Well, the whole venture in this wonderful educational market started 25 years ago when my wife and I were looking for a school for our own kids, and we didn't like what we saw in the market in Mexico in private sector. So we decided to open a school. And in this school, we started since day one implementing our own content, and then we started measuring that everything we were doing. And after 20 years of doing so, we positioned our schools to be one of the top schools in the world. And then we saw that we had in our hands the way of really impacting Mexico and the world and really changing the world through the future generations. So 5 years ago, we decided to open a company called Notion. And this company would take care of kind of an Uber model, go with existing private schools in the region and make him and try to make him use our ecosystem to make a better version of themselves. Next, please. So what we did, we put our own kids or our students in the center, and we found the balance of these 4 components, which we think are essential to be very effective in education. It's not just a matter of giving an iPad or a computer to the students or having a wonderful pedagogy or terrific content. It's a way of putting everything together. Next, please. So by doing so, we developed our own content. We have developed more than 450,000 different assets, high quality content. And out of all the content that it's inside of our platform, we license 15% from Discovery, BBC, and CNN. So we do have in our platform one of the best contents in the world. Next, please. Obviously, we take care of all the curriculum. We cover from kindergarten, elementary, and middle school. We take care of everything that's happening in the school, and we also go beyond that part. No, we really are trying to build a new humanity. So we are also getting out of the curriculum and going through other parts of it. Next, please. And then also another very important part, we created a challenge-based platform where we challenge our students, and all of the content is aligned to the global goals, the United States global goals. So actually all of our students are really taking care of building a better world with this connection that we have with the global goals. Next, please. We also developed a model where all the students go through, and we did this so that students really identify with the problem, they map the problem, then generate a solution, and then act on it. And this is how we're making the students build their own learning. Next, please. This is the way the platform lives. It's very intuitive, very friendly. Next, please. We also take care of the professional development. We get the schools ready months before the school year starts. And we have a very strong professional development roadmap. We are doing it right now 100% online, and it's really working great. Next, please. And our solution, next please, our solution is a one-to-one basis. Every single student has an iPad, every single teacher has an iPad, and that's how we deliver all of the content. Next, please. And we also are joined forces with the best companies, organizations, and solutions around the world. All of these different components live inside our platform, and it really gives us a lot of strength. We're not alone, but all of these companies are together in this wonderful venture. Next, please. Next, please. And this is how it looks. Actually, yesterday I took, the video can't really see that well, but that's how it looks on a daily basis. That's all the data we're getting from all the different players in our ecosystem. And that data goes straight to a platform, to a dashboard. And that dashboard we shared with all the different players, with students, with teachers, with parents, principals. So we have an alive basis, and we know exactly what's going on. And now with the pandemia, it's been wonderful because we are really covering 100% of the curriculum on a distance, and it's working terrific. Next, please. That's the information of our company. If you need anything, please contact me. Thank you so much, Fernando.
Thank you, Noel. Also, it's amazing what you have done, from building a school to creating a system that is helping hundreds of schools and expanding into the region, hopefully soon expanding to the world. I'm very relevant, so my respect and admiration to all the team from Notion. So we're gonna enter the last section. I want to take a minute just to mention some of the partners that are making this possible. So Tec de Monterrey, Tech Labs, Tech Prize, Sabrina, Pepe Escamilla, thank you so much for all your support throughout the years and everything you're doing. Capital Invent, one of the leading venture capital investors in Mexico and Latin America on technology for ethical change, and also part of the Capria network of impact investment. I'm proud to be part of this team that is putting intelligent money into projects, and excited about the investments that we're going to do in education over the next few years. Also, the Aspen Institute Mexico, Ambassador Enrique Berruga and the team, thank you for your support. Thank you for your trust. The Aspen Institute is doing a lot of discussions and leadership around different voices on education. And finally, Ariel Fisbein from the Inter-America Dialogue in Washington also put together a team of over 25 leaders for all Latin America, discussing issues in the region, trends, and proposing changes for the transformation of education. You can look at all of these web pages from Tec de Monterrey, from Tech Prize, from Capital Invent, Aspen Institute, Inter-American Dialogue. Thank you so much for your support. So as we go into the last section, we don't look at one specific country. We have two stories that are really inspiring. So I want to introduce you to one of the leading entrepreneurs in the region, Komal Dadlani, which is very hard to tag into one country: Chile, India, the US. You're everywhere, Komal, and you're doing wonderful things. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you very much for the opportunity to sharing with all you. I'm very happy to be here. Hope that everyone is safe in times of COVID-19. That's the most important. I'm here to briefly tell you a little bit about Lab4U, where our mission is to democratize science and change the way science is taught by transforming smartphones and tablets into complete science labs. Next, Fernando. So as you all know, science is taught in a very theoretical way, right? Full of formulas. And to actually learn science, you need to live the experience of scientific experimentation that unfortunately the regular textbooks do not give you. And COVID-19 has taught us the importance of science education and the importance of a critical thinking. Next, Fernando. Thank you. So in Lab4U, what we're doing is democratizing science and changing the way science is taught by transforming smartphones into science labs. Next. So many don't know, but smartphones and tablets have several built-in sensors, such as GPS, accelerometer, camera, microphone, that are normally used for games and navigation, but not for science education. So what we're doing at Lab4U is leveraging these built-in sensors to experiment. Next, Fernando, and if you can click play, so you'll see that if you download Lab4Physics, you can experiment using the sensors of the phone, the accelerometer, the camera, etc. And with Lab4Chemistry and our patented technology, you can actually calculate the concentration of a solution based on color. So with computer vision, you'll be able to calculate the concentration of a colored solution. Next. So we have different apps with science experiments and tools that use the sensors of the phone, as I explained. And we have a teacher portal with content based on inquiry-based learning and a dashboard with metrics. Next. We've also validated our impact with our partners at the Inter-American Development Bank. This is a randomized control trial, which I invite everyone to take a look at. These were students in Mexico experimenting with Lab4Physics. And the most important for us outcome in this report was that students increased their interest to pursue a STEM-related career, which makes us very happy. Next. So as Fernando was saying, we are in Chile, Mexico, the US, with users all around the world. After COVID-19, we've seen an uptake in our user traction. We truly believe that talent is universal, but opportunities are not. So if we can give every student the opportunity to have a lab in their pockets, we believe that the next Einstein or Marie Curie can be anywhere in the world. Next. We've also partnered with corporations that are helping implement in schools in Latin America, for example, Cemex or Toyota in the US, where we designed experiments and videos with scientific concepts relevant to these industries, so we can share the scientific knowledge through experimentation. Next. Lab4U has been recognized around the world, and we're very happy to partner with Fernando and all the EdTech LATAM folks. Next, we are an ordinary team doing extraordinary things. Very proud of this very diverse team, very diverse in Latin America and the US. Next. Why now? Because we believe that digital transformation of science experimentation has not been done yet. COVID-19 has taught us the importance of science learning, of science experimentations, of inquiry with real data. We want to give every student the opportunity to experiment without the need to buy expensive lab equipment, either at schools or at home. And we believe that we can do that. At Lab4U, we're currently raising a seed round. We're looking for partners. So next, Fernando, we want to give every student the opportunity to have this lab in their pockets. And the next slide has my email and my contact. You can contact me. I'm happy to partner with all of you. Thank you very much. Stay safe and see you in the next one. Thank you, Fernando, for the invitation.
Thank you, Komal. I think you know this, but you have been a very inspiring figure, especially on the gender for investment, entrepreneurship, expansion in the region. So I'm sure they have told you before, but your leadership and also inspiring other women entrepreneurs in the region, which is a need that we all have. It's looking at you for your success and your leadership, together with some other leaders that I want to mention for gender in Arucay in Colombia, who will probably be in the second cohort, and many others. Ana Paula from OV, that is doing vocational training for students to select their future. So there's a number of very interesting female entrepreneurs in the region, female investors in the region, and the leadership of Komal and others is becoming one of the trademarks also for this. So thank you for that, Komal. We admire you, and thank you for being here today. It has been a real pleasure. We are missing our friend from Venezuela, Moises from Teachler. So I'm gonna try to give a minute for Moises, who's having a little bit of trouble. So let me just mention, we still have a few minutes, so we are fine on time. And let me just mention from our partners also, I forgot to mention Tec de Monterrey, who has built a new master's degree for education entrepreneurs. This is a unique program which I am very proud to be an advisor on, and it's also promoting more entrepreneurs in the education space. So this is a unique program from Tec de Monterrey. I also want to mention Learn Lounge in Boston, a long-term partner as well of the edtech space in Latin America. They were one of the first incubators, accelerators in education space. So I want to thank Ben, Hakan, all the team from Learn Lounge in Boston. And now I'm being informed that Moises from Venezuela, Teachler, is finally able to come in. Moises, thank you, representing Venezuela to the world of EdTech. Thank you for your leadership, and the stage is yours.
Oh, thanks for this opportunity. And this is Teachler. Next, please. My name is Moises Aniquiarico. I'm the CEO and founder of Teachler. And I'm from Venezuela, but then we create Teachler in Panama. Then in 2015 in Silicon Valley. And now we are living in Mexico, in the Mexico office. Next, please. So Teachler is an all-in-one e-learning solution that empower people to thrive. So next, please. So Teachler is an e-learning platform that combines business-to-business and business-to-customer model in order to provide a complete value chain between organization, structures, and learning. In Teacher Organization is a next-generation learning management system for internal and external training. So it's a software as a service based on active user, and we get from $3 to $0.3 monthly. It depends in the volume of the user, but things that we have the Teacher Marketplace. We start creating from 2012 and making education reachable for everyone, connecting structures and lifelong learning. So in that case, we provide the platform in order to publish courses, free courses and paid courses. So we get 30% of the paid courses sold for individuals. And also we take 50% of paid courses sold for organizations. So we integrate those two platforms, the Teacher Marketplace, where we have more than 1,000 courses and million users, with the Teacher Organization that is a complete personalized platform for organizations that want to train internal or external training. Next, please. Yes. So we get the front runners price in terms of user recommended and usability. Teacher gets the highest level because it's a state-of-the-art learning management system. We have an incredible capabilities and differentiated value proposition. And things that we have the best user experience in desktop or mobile, incredible in-company integration and control. We design our platform in order to provide to a B2B model, a business-to-customer model, in order to provide a platform that people and organizations can use in order to commercialize courses and career. we have a personalization and different features that you can adapt to your business model. And also the course catalog integration is great because if someone put free courses in Teacher Marketplace, or organization can use these courses in order to provide to the internal employees. And we have the best value and price. And next, please. So we are working with many industries in talking about teacher organization. That is our main product. Next, please. So we provide a platform that you can use for synchronous and asynchronous learning that will be integrated. So you can create courses, and also you can integrate with video conference in the same platform. It's very easy to use. And next, please. Yes, it's very easy to create courses and publish those courses in your platform or in our marketplace, or publish your course to other companies that we have in as a client. Please, next. So you can, in our platform, you can sell, integrate, interact, and share the content. You will see all the features, and you can download reports and analytics. Please, next. So it's really easy to customize or personalize your platform with your brand. You can manage, you can control everything and adapt the platform. Next, please. So we have more than 100 active organizations in 17 countries. Most of them are in LATAM. Also, we have clients in Israel, Europe, US, but things that is that we have 90% of our courses are in Spanish. So we are focused in Latin American market, also in Spain. And we have now more than 1 million users from 200 countries. Next, please. So our growth expectation by 2021 is billing and local support in other Latin America countries. We have many Latin American countries, but sometimes Latin America companies request a local billing. So we invest in marketing, innovation, lead generation, and we're thinking in increase our course catalog by 5, and integrating courses from Teacher Marketplace, and also integrated with other content providers. So we expect to increase our income by 3x and take an A round because we're looking this goal. So next. Yeah, there is a key features of the platform. We have all that functionality that have a learning management system, but is a new kind of model, and we are integrated. And so we have the best of marketplace courses or course catalog, and also best of e-learning platform that you can use for internal or external. So yeah, that's it. So, and next one.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Moises. Thank you, and it's an honor also to have Venezuela represented. I know that your country has faced several challenges, and you had to move from your own hometown to continue your career. And so I'm proud to be close to you and your projects. Thank you so much. So we're going to close. We have a couple of minutes, and let me introduce my good friend Ash from New York. Are you in New York, Ash? Can you come in the room, please? So started an EdTech week. I've been the whole week listening to 27 pitches from your cohorts and in the world, and so every day. And this is kind of the closing event that is part of everything that happened. I don't know if you were earlier in our program, but basically, Patrick from Holon IQ announced the top 100 EdTech LATAM companies. So I just want to, briefly talk to you and that you share with us, your view of Latin America, started, share some of the EdTech Week events, and thank you for being also a partner in this journey.
Oh, my pleasure, Fernando, and thank you for having me. Again, I'm Ash Kaluarachi. I'm founder of StartEd in New York City, and I also produce EdTech Week, which Fernando has been a key part of this past few days. In effect, it's really opportune timing that we're bringing all these founders and investors together this week of early June to showcase the best of the best around the world. If you took part, I hope some of you who are viewing now joined us earlier in this week for EdTech Week, where we reimagined what an online education conference should be. It's more about distance learning and creating intimacy so that investors, entrepreneurs, and educators can get together, speak one-on-one, and solve the problems that we're seeing in the world today. I've seen some great companies come out of the Latin American region within the last few years. Fernando, you remember when we were down in Tec de Monterrey and we selected Baby Sparks from Colombia to win that year. I think I've seen some amazing companies come out of Mexico, like Utel and Bedu. Companies like Wormhole from Argentina, Arco from Brazil. I think there's only good things to come over the next 5 to 10 years out of the Latin American ecosystem. We saw our attention drift to China and India these past 2 years. I think this is, and the next 5 years will be LATAM's few years, since the entire education industry has essentially jumped forward 5 years because of COVID, because we're in this large user test where 1.4 billion learners are now using our products all of a sudden. I think that only means great things for all those entrepreneurs we just heard from.
Thank you so much, Ash. It's really been an honor for me to be part of your ecosystem, your support. I think we are reaching a point where we need to forget about, competition. We need to build collaboration globally. We need to scale. We have a great opportunity now to really transform. And as you said, this has accelerated, 5, 10 years, maybe the expectations of the industry. So you have been a key element, and I appreciate your support, your help, you being here today. It's also very important what you did this week on EdTech Week, and your partners, your companies, also amazing. So I think the proposal would be that we introduce all of you cohort with this community. We begin exchanging. I know that there is the community of us Australian edtechs watching right now. We need to connect. We need to forget about competition. We need to collaborate globally. Also want to mention Vikas Potter, who has been, also a great promoter and did a wonderful event with, literally over 100,000 teachers in the world, connecting teachers together. So I think, we're living this moment of global collaboration. Latin America desperately needs a vision for educational innovation. You have seen some of these companies here, and amazingly enough, for Latin America, we have been on time. Ash, can you believe that? 250 slides. We came in on time. We are finalizing on time. So I just wanted to extend a couple of minutes, because otherwise it will not be Latin America. I want to thank Dawn Farrell and Paul Gill from EDT Partners. Pablo, you really supported us. There is now an extended community for Latin America, and I know that there's many that couldn't be here with us today. The top 100 was a really a challenging. We received over 800 applications. To get to 100 was really tough. So Patrick and I and others had to look at this company. So I think, connecting StartEd cohorts with Latin America, and I know many of your companies, I have been talking to them to help them expand. So we have a great opportunity. Anything that you want to say in closing, Ash?
No, I think I'll repeat the fact that that this is a very strange time, but it is also about opportunity as entrepreneurs. I'll remind everyone that Isaac Newton discovered gravity while sequestered in his house during the Great Depression during the Great Plague of 1687. So this is the time to actually create the companies that will control that future. And people who are listening to this right now will be the people who do so.
Great, thank you so much. We're going to close. I want to thank the audience, everybody that made this possible. It has been, an amazing journey to put this together. This is version 1.0 of the LATAM EdTech Fair. We have hundreds of leaders behind us, and scaling and sustaining equitable EdTech in the region requires much more than learners, teachers, parents. It demands the alignment of multiple actors. The governments should be looking at these innovators. We should be putting together a lab. We should be putting together demands so access to devices, to connectivity in the region becomes a reality for education. So I want to close. Thank you so much. We've been really lucky to have all the team, Juanita, Paul, Dawn, Pablo. I cannot mention all the different players. I hope I am not forgetting anybody. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this trip around the region, and see you on the next version of LATAM EdTech Fair. Thank you so much. Goodbye.